This is a review of the Aspire Cleito tank. Show you what you get in the box here. First, you get your tank, of course. Spare coil, 0.2 ohm, 55 to 70 watts. Spare glass, Pyrex. Vape band, like a tank protector. And you get an orange, a red, a black, and a blue tank cuff. I'll show you here in a minute what they're for. I'm going to read that, just pause it. Alright. Now before anybody asks, why do I do a box opening and a review? Well, some people don't want to sit through a review. They just want to see what it looks like and what's in a box. So that's why I do it separately. And to do a review, I like to use the stuff first, because then I can't say if it's good or bad. So, and at this point, I'm going to say this thing's pretty good. Much better than the last couple of Lannis tanks that they had out there. This is a 0.4 ohm and 40 to 60 watt. I've been running around 50. Downside, no actual removable 510 connector. It will take a 510 connector. In the cap, but there is a rubber O-ring right here, which is a real stupid design. What they should have done was made the 510 connector in the top of the coil. I'll show you why here in a second. Because there is no actual chimney. The chimney is the coil. The way they should have designed this is that the 510 slid right into the coil. Yeah, I understand that would get hot, but that's why you use a drip tip with a Delrin center. So what they did is they just put a, feels like a Delrin cap over the top of the tank. And of course I got it out of view here. And then they put an O-ring there, which when you put your top cap on, you see that O-ring there. But it does take a regular 510 top. They could have done something different there, I think. So there's your, get your top cap. Your glass. Your coil. Your base. And then you can see it has plenty of airflow. You got three airflow holes here. And it's like breathing. It is wide open airflow. I'm actually running it about halfway. Let's see if we can see down inside the coil. Not real good. And it is a Clapton coil. I run about 3 tanks through it. It took about a tank to get the wick taste out of it. maybe 3/4 of a tank, somewhere in there. Let's get some juice in here. It's real easy to fill. And this is what your cuffs are for. That's supposed to stop it from burning your mouth when it's hot. And it does get hot if you chain puff it, because there's no chimney to separate the coil. Because normally your chimney comes up, there's a rubber O-ring, and that O-ring takes the heat, or some of the heat, out of going to the mouthpiece. But this thing, the coil, is actually the chimney, and it's pretty much directly connected to the mouthpiece. So it does get warm if you chain vape on it. Then they give you a vape band so you can kind of make it matchy with your top thing. But I think this thing's stupid, but alright. And here we got it on the VT200 H cigar at 50 watts. I got it upside down. At 50 watts. Tank has a 3.5 mil juice capacity. That's with the airflow at half. Gets really good clouds too. I get a little bit of spit back occasionally, especially when the coil was new. And when I get the better camera, I'll get it set up so you can see the clouds better than just blowing them in front of me. It's really vapey in here already. I think I already set it 3.5 mil juice capacity. It's real easy to fill. Coils are easy to change. Pretty much it's a pretty good tank. It's probably one of the nicer ones this year. Which I already did a review on the Joytech Cubus. That's another tank I think's another great one this year. So we're kicking off the beginning of the year pretty good here. The Cubus tank actually come out at the very end of December. And the Cleito tank, I think, was just released, I think this past week, if I'm not mistaken, for people to buy. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed.